welcome to all of our friends online. We'll begin by making 3 prostrations. We're continuing to feel great gratitude, Geshe, for these very precious teachings. And already it is the second last day of this teaching series, which is quite astonishing. Today's Thursday? Good. Okay. I actually had it in my mind today was Friday since about 4 this morning. Well, we have 2 more days. Okay, which is good news. So with that really good news, we'll do.
Okay, good.
Obeisance to my guru and protector Manjushri, who holds to his heart a scriptural text symbolic of his seeing all things as they are, whose intelligence shines forth like the sun, unclouded by the 2 obscurations, who teaches in 60 ways with the loving compassion of a parent for his only child, all wanderers caught in the prison of samsara, confused in the darkness of their ignorance, overwhelmed by their suffering. You whose dragon thunder-like proclamation of Dharma arouses us from the stupor of our delusions and frees us from the iron chains of our karma, who wields the sword of wisdom, hewing down suffering wherever its sprouts appear, clearing away the darkness of ignorance. You whose princely body is adorned with the marks of the stages of and pure from the beginning, I bow down to you, O Manjushri. Om Rapat Sanadi, Om Rapat Sanadi, Om Rapat Sanadi, With the brilliance of your wisdom, O compassionate one, illuminate the darkness and awaken my intelligence and wisdom so that I may gain insight into the Buddha's words and the text that explain them. This ground anointed with perfume, flowers strewn Mount Meru, for land, sun, and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you, may all beings enjoy this pure land. Venerable holy gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma, in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Idam Guru Rana Mandalakam Niryatayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings.
Okay. So I think today I will begin with my talk with Buddha Buddha's statement showing or in describing I think that Buddha's teaching describing that non-existence of self. I know. Let me say. I think I'm going to begin my talk. I think with Buddha Buddha's statement telling that the selflessness of all phenomena taught in small vehicle sutra I think is the same. Okay, is the same meaning as the meaning of non-existence of self-established phenomena. Okay. So in I think Rabji Duma in 7th chapter of Mula Madhyamaka Karika, commentary on the 7th chapter of Mula Madhyamaka Karika, Buddha said that I think the meaning of the selflessness of all phenomena taught in small vehicle sutra is the same meaning. I think is the very meaning of the non-existence of self-established phenomena. Okay, so therefore Buddha Balida, I think Buddha Balida, how to say, renders the meaning of this in terms of, I think, meaning of such sutra. I think meaning of such Hinayana Sutra in terms of non-existence of self-established phenomena, or in other words, non-existence of inherently existent phenomena. Okay, so for this, as a result of this, I think, Baba Viveka argued against this position, okay, saying that if if the non-existence of inherent non-existence here, I think I should say, if the selflessness of, I think, if the selflessness of phenomena is taught in Hinayana Sutra, then Mahayana Sutra would have to be meaningless. That is his reason. Okay, that is the reason he put forth. So here, Baba Viveka was thinking that Baba Viveka was thinking that Buddha Buddha must be a. They're thinking, I think, that Buddha Buddha, in terms of Madhyamika viewpoint, okay, Buddha Buddha and Baba Viveka, in terms of how, in terms of view of Madhyamika viewpoint, I think Baba Viveka thinks that there's no any difference between him and Baba Viveka. Okay, so therefore, when Buddha Buddha mentions this very clearly, that the selflessness of all phenomena taught in small vehicle sutra is the meaning of non-existence of self-established phenomena. Okay, but Baba Viveka takes this meaning as of, I think, non-existence of truly existent phenomena. Okay, because he does not differentiate. He did not differentiate his own viewpoint and that of Buddha Balita. Okay, because it was not so clear. It was not so clear. Because in Buddha Balita's text, in Buddha Balita's text, there isn't very clear. Okay, distinction okay, drawn between the viewpoints of Prasangika Madhyamika school and Sotan Trika Madhyamika. Okay, so therefore, Baba Viveka took Buddha Balita as a Sotan Trika Madhyamika. Okay, as a Sotan Trika Madhyamika, and yeah. So okay, so he's arguing against this particular statement made by Buddha Balita, that if Hinayana Sutra taught selflessness of phenomena, then Mahayana Sutra would have to be meaningless or purposeless or essenceless. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, so here refuting. So in answer to this, Chandrakīrti says, do you mean do you mean overall great vehicle teaching would be senseless? I mean by, what do you mean by what do you mean by saying great vehicle sutra would have to be meaningless? Do you mean by this as to I think as to overall great vehicle teaching would have to be essenceless, or great vehicle sutra, or the teaching on the emptiness in great vehicle would have to be essenceless. Okay, just two dilemma. Okay, two dilemma. Okay, two choices. Only two choices. Okay, if you said that overall Great Vehicle Sutra would have to be essenceless or purposeless, then it is your reason is incorrect. Okay, because Great Vehicle Sutra is not only meant to teach on emptiness of inherent existence or emptiness of the selflessness of phenomena. It also teaches. Okay, it also teach. I think Great Vehicle Sutras also teach on I think great compassion, Bodhisattva grounds, and two collections. Okay, and also the nature of phenomena, such as nature of phenomena. Okay, that is inconceivable by common beings and hearers and so realizers and so on and so forth. So therefore, your predicate does not follow from your reason. Okay, and then in the second case, second case is that if you mean that if your reason is if your reason is meant that the teaching on emptiness in Great Vehicle Sutra would have to be essenceless. Okay, that if you mean that, if you mean by that, okay, then here, okay, in the second case, okay, there also no entailment. Okay, there also is no entailment. Well, there's no entailment. Okay, same as the previous one. Okay, there's no entailment because the selflessness of person phenomena is taught no more than briefly in the scriptural collection of the hearers, whereas it is taught very extensively from many points in the Great Vehicle. This also in the assertion. Okay, so this is the answer given by Chandrakīrti. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. I think that I need to clarify. If you say the teaching on emptiness in Great Vehicle would have to be essenceless. Okay. Teaching on emptiness, emptiness in Great Vehicle. Okay. On emptiness means there shouldn't. If you mean okay that teaching on the emptiness in Great Vehicle, okay, didn't have okay any significance. Okay, any distinctive significance. Okay, or just distinctive significance. Okay. That is the meaning. Okay. There wouldn't distinctive significance. Okay. Teaching on the emptiness in Great Vehicle would have to be essenceless, means teaching on the emptiness in Great Vehicle Sutra wouldn't would not have, I think, would not have distinctive significance, okay, as opposed to teaching on the emptiness in Small Vehicle Sutra, Okay, so that's the meaning, or real meaning is okay. In the second case, there also is no entailment. Means the second case is that if I say this, I mean just literally, second case is if you the reason is that what reason put forth by Baba Viveka is that Great Vehicle Sutra would have to be essenceless. That's his reason. Okay, so then so that is that is predicate. Okay, Great Vehicle Sutra would have to be essenceless because Hinayana Sutra teach on emptiness. That's the reason. Okay, so this predicate. Okay, predicate in terms of the predicate, there are two choices. Okay, what do you mean by the? What do you mean by saying that Mahayana Sutra? Mahayana Sutra would have to be essenceless in terms of, I think, Maya would have to be essenceless, has to, how to say, can mean two, can, I think, refer to, I think, two possibilities. The one is that overall teaching of Mahayana Sutra would have to be essenceless. That is the one. But the other one is that the teaching on emptiness in Mahayana Sutra would have to be essenceless. Okay. The teaching on the emptiness in Mahayana Sutra would have to be essenceless. Again, means teaching on the emptiness emptiness in the Mahayana Sutra would have to be I think, essenceless. In the sense that it doesn't, okay, teaching on the emptiness in Mahayana Sutra having in the sense, I think, in the sense that teaching on the emptiness in Mahayana Sutra not having distinctive, okay, not having distinctive, I think, way of teaching or distinctive quality with regard to teaching on emptiness. Okay. So these are two things. Okay. So again, there also is no entailment because the selflessness of phenomena is taught no more than briefly in the scriptural collection of the hearers. Okay, briefly. Okay, very brief, provided in Hinayana Sutra when such in Hinayana Sutra when dealing, I think, when dealing with emptiness, it deals with emptiness with providing with brief reasonings, okay, to establish emptiness in Hinayana Sutra. Okay, so here, whereas it is taught very extensively from many viewpoints, okay, from many viewpoints, many viewpoints, from many reasonings, I think, extensively, where it is taught very extensively from many reasonings in the Great Vehicle. This also is the assertion of the superior Nagarjuna, because his presence of the supramundane says, because you said that without realizing signlessness, liberation does not occur. You taught it fully, okay, in the Great Vehicle. The first two lines indicate that without realizing suchness, signlessness, the afflictive emotions cannot be extinguished, and therefore liberation cannot be attained. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this assertion, okay. Hinayana Sutra, when Hinayana Sutra, or when dealing with emptiness in Hinayana Sutra, they do not provide extensive reasonings, okay. Whereas when dealing with emptiness in Mahayana Sutra, emptiness is dealt with many reasonings, okay. So this, this assertion is also supported by Nagarjuna, okay, in his Praise of Supramundane, okay, says that because you said that without realizing signlessness, liberation does not occur. You taught it fully in the grammar, fully, okay. And the first two lines indicate that without realizing suchness, signlessness, okay, the afflicted emotions cannot be extinguished and therefore liberation cannot be attained. The next two lines, okay, indicate that the selflessness of phenomena, signlessness, is taught fully or completely in the great vehicle. Therefore, it is understood that the selflessness of phenomena is not fully taught in the lower vehicle, okay. Fully, okay. So in this case, fully means without providing a lot of reasonings, okay, extensive reasonings. Rather, emptiness is taught in terms of I think, by way of giving a brief reasoning, okay. Now question, okay, how does this reason given in the first two lines of, I think it should be the third line, okay. How does the reason given in the third line should be correct? The third line, that stanza explain how does the reason given in the third line third line that stand no third line, that I think how does the reason given in the third line that stanza explain? Okay, in that stanza explain why the selflessness of phenomena is taught fully in great vehicle. Okay. Now response. They must be explained as saying, since liberation, which is an extension of the afflicted emotions, cannot be attained without realizing signlessness. Okay. The selflessness of phenomena must also be taught in the hearer's vehicle, and there also must be a difference between the lesser vehicle and great vehicle concerning this. Okay. Due to which here, due to which the selflessness of phenomena is set forth fully in the great vehicle. Okay, so this is stanza. I think it is saying that if you do not realize signlessness, okay, there's no possibility for you to eradicate all of the afflicted emotions. Okay, therefore, okay, on that basis, based on that, selflessness of phenomena must be taught in hearer vehicle sutras. Okay. This is one section. Then, on top of that, okay, there must be difference between Hinayana Sutra and Mahayana Sutra. Okay. Therefore, there must be difference between Hinayana Sutra and Mahayana Sutra. Therefore, this is the reason. Okay. Therefore, Buddha Shakyamuni, you taught emptiness fully you taught emptiness fully or completely in Mahayana Sutra. Okay, that's the meaning. Now, Baba Viveka's consequence, okay. Baba Viveka's consequence stated for the sake of refutation, and the opposite implied by that consequence are thus shown to be facsimiles of refutation, okay. Baba Viveka's consequence, okay. His consequence is that, his consequence, consider, I think, consider Hinayana Sutra. I think, okay. I think his consequence is that if Hinayana Sutra did teach on emptiness of selflessness of phenomena, then Great Yoga Sutra would have to be essenceless. That's his consequence. Okay. His Baba Yoga consequence is that stated for the sake of refutation. Okay. Consequence stated for the sake of refutation. The great vertical teaching would have to be senseless, I think. Would be senseless. Okay. 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 Senseless. Okay. So senseless or meaningless, purposeless. Okay. Stated for the sake of refutation. Okay. Refutation of refutation for the sake of refutation. Okay. To refute. I think to refute the assertion. That to refute. I think Hinayana Sutra. To refute that the position that maintains, I think, that holds Hinayana Sutra teaches on emptiness of selflessness of phenomena. Okay. Refutation. Okay. Stated for the sake of refutation. Okay. Refutation. Okay. And the opposite implied. Okay. By the consequence. Okay. That lower vehicle does not teach the selflessness of phenomena. Are thus shown to be facsimiles of refutation, okay, in which the perversion is indefinite, okay. Perversion is, there's no perversion, okay. There's no forward perversion because the predicate does not follow from the reason, okay. In this was Baba Viveka's refutation contradicts. In this was Baba Viveka's refutation contradicts reasoning. Okay, this is about Baba Viveka's refutation. This is about Baba Viveka's refutation contradicting reasoning. Okay, this is about Baba Viveka's refutation is, I think this is about, I think this in this one, this is about Baba Viveka's refutation contradicting reasoning. Okay. The contradiction with scripture has been explained in detail above. Okay, this is many. Yeah, there are many scriptures, I think, quoted before. Hindu, what to say? For hearers, I think. Scripture for hearers, okay. And then long tense, okay, and also the Hinayana Sutra, which is quoted from commentary on 60 stanza. Okay, all these And yeah, all these, mentioned that all these shows, I think, the emptiness of inherent existence, emptiness of selflessness of phenomena. Okay, so Baba Viveka's assertion contradicts, I think, with those scriptures. Okay. Okay. Now question, what is the meaning of this master's explanation that the selflessness of phenomena is taught fully in the great Virgo, but not in the lower Virgo scriptures? Also, what is the meaning of his explanation that the selflessness of phenomena is fully cultivated or meditated on the great Virgo, but not on the lower Virgo path? Response: in no way does Chandrakīrti teach that hearers and solitary realizers do not, like the Mayanis, realize that all objects of knowledge are without inherent existence. Okay. So in no way does Chandrakīrti teach that hearers and solitary realizers do not, like the Mayanis, okay, realize that all objects of knowledge are without inherent, empty of, I think, knowledge are empty of inherent existence, but rather realize that just a portion of objects of knowledge are empty of inherent existence. Okay, that's just that is what he doesn't mean. Okay. Now the reason is that the meaning of I think selflessness of phenomena is taught fully in great Virgo, and selflessness of phenomena is not taught in selflessness of phenomena is not fully taught in lower Virgo scriptures, and also the meditating on the selflessness of phenomena, fully meditating, meditate on the selflessness of phenomena fully, and so the meaning of those, so when we here, meditating on phenomena, meditating on the selflessness of phenomena fully doesn't mean fully and meditate on selflessness of phenomena. Meditating on the selflessness of phenomena fully, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that Mayanis, meditate on the selflessness of all phenomena. Rather it means even with a rather it means rather it means when Mayanis meditated on the emptiness of inherent existence, in terms of, I think, and one just an instance, okay, like a person or just form or feeling or just one single, okay, object of observation, they would, okay, they would meditate on it, or they would realize it with applying, I think, by way of great deal of reasonings. Okay, now, okay. So I think selflessness, okay, selflessness of phenomena, okay, whether the selflessness of phenomena is taught fully or not, doesn't mean that teaching selflessness of phenomena in terms of okay, in terms of, I think, all phenomena. Rather it means teaching on emptiness by way of providing, using, providing numerous reasonings, okay, a lot of reasonings. So here, okay. So So Chandrakīrti teaches that here and soldier realize or do not like the Mayans realize that all objects of knowledge are without inherent existence. It doesn't mean that, okay. But but rather realize that just a portion of objects of knowledge are without. It doesn't mean that, okay. Now the reason, okay, put forth is that if a selflessness of phenomena is established, okay, if one instance of selflessness of phenomena is established, validly established, okay, then when you analyze whether or not another phenomena inherently exists or not, you can realize its absence of inherent existence on the basis of your previous reasoning, okay. So therefore, teaching on emptiness, therefore, emptiness being taught fully or not fully doesn't mean, okay, emptiness is being taught in terms of all phenomena, all objects of knowledge. Rather, it means it teaches, okay. Rather, it means the emptiness is taught by way of I think, by way of, I think, a lot of reasonings, okay. And also, meditating on emptiness fully, okay. Meditating on the selflessness of phenomena fully means, in this case, means you are meditating on emptiness, providing numerous, okay, tremendous number of, large number of reasonings, okay. 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 Oh yeah. Okay. Now. Okay. Some who I think, wish to be Madhyamikas, assert. Claims, I think, some who claim to be here, some who claim to be Madhyamikas, assert a system refuting the true existence of things, okay, but maintain that the emptiness of true existence truly exists, while others assert, okay, others assert that a positive independent nature of phenomena truly exists. Means while others assert that suchness, I think, suchness as a positive, okay, suchness as a positive independent nature of phenomena, that is truly exists, that truly exists, I think. While others assert that, that means emptiness, okay. While others assert that emptiness, a positive independent nature of phenomena truly exists, okay. I think something is missing. While others assert that emptiness as I think emptiness as a positive independent nature of truly nature of phenomena, I think, independent nature of phenomena truly exists, I think. Yeah, I think that's okay. So this is Chonangba, okay. The first one is Chaba Chuzing. He was a scholar. Chaba Chuzing claims, okay, to be a Madhyamika, okay, and he asserted, I think, asserted a system, okay, refuting the true existence of things. Or things are empty of inherent existence or empty of true existence. He asserted that, but he maintains, okay, that the emptiness of true existence itself truly exists, okay. That's his version of understanding. Then why others means Chonangba. Chonangba asserts that emptiness as a positive independent nature of phenomena truly exists. Okay, that's the assertion of Chonangba. The former appears to have the fault of not delimiting well the measure of true existence and thereby of refuting only a coarse form of it. Okay. The former is Chaba Chusing. Okay. He maintains that things are empty of inherent existence, but emptiness itself is truly existent. So therefore, it is clear that he could not, he could not delimit well the measure of true existence, and thereby of refuting only a coarse form of true existence. Okay. The latter, Shanangba, okay, claims to refute. Okay. The latter claims to refute the true existence of phenomena, but appears not to have done so. Okay. They claims, okay, to refute the true existence of phenomena, but in reality, they could not refute the true existence of phenomena. Okay. Appears not to have done so through valid cognition. Okay, through valid cognition, and instead abides in a view that is a denial of phenomena. Okay. 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 Now, okay. The latter claims to refute the true existence of phenomena, but appears not to have done so through valid cognition, and instead abides in a view that is a denial of phenomena. That is a denial of phenomena, means that they assert things are empty of things are empty of themselves. For instance, a pot is empty of pot itself, and person is empty of person. Okay, so impermanence is empty of impermanence. So they would, they assert like that. They assert such positions. They assert that impermanence is empty of impermanence. Pot is empty of pot. Tea is empty of tea. Water is empty of water. Okay, so that is that shows denial. Denial of phenomena. Okay. So therefore, these two cannot challenge. What is that? Challenge. I think they cannot challenge. Therefore, these cannot challenge. I think there's no such word in the manuscript, and it means 대다하게 망해버면 in Tibetan. I think it's okay. Means that there are two different assertions. Two different assertions. Asserted by Chaba Chusing and asserted by Chanamba. Either of them. Can be both of them. I think both of them be definitely. I think fall. Definitely fall either. I think both of them. I think both of them definitely fall into either eternalism or nihilism. That's the meaning. Both of their assertions are definitely, I think, definitely fall into either nihilism or eternalism. Okay, now to establish that even a single phenomena does not truly exist. I think you should. It's not a big deal. I think I just translate this. I didn't see this translation. 대다하게 망해버면 in Tibetan version. There's a word 대다하게 망해버면 in here, but I don't see any translation for that sentence. So I'm just translating this here. 대다하게 망해버면 means these two claims. These two assertions. These two assertions, I think, definitely fall into either nihilism or eternalism. So that's the meaning. Now, to establish that even a single phenomena does not truly exist, Mahayanas use limitless, different reasonings. Limitless. Here, limitless. Mahayanis use limitless. Here, limitless simply means so many reasonings. as many as you can utilize. Okay. Mine is use limitless different reasonings. Okay. As set forth in Nagarjuna's treatise on the middle. Okay. So you can, I usually say this, even, the reasonings provided in Maya, mentioned, okay, in Nagarjuna's treatise on the middle, if you count the reasonings, okay, that is reasonings, I think, to establish, I think, emptiness of inherent existence. You can count, okay, you can count, and I'm sure they will amount to a great number, okay. So, but it does not mean limitless means the count. You cannot. It doesn't mean you cannot count. Rather, you can count. But here, limitless means in the sense that so many reasonings. Okay, as many as you can, how to say, utilize. As many as you can. How to say. You can utilize. I think. To ascertain and also to meditate on emptiness of inherent existence. Okay. And hence their minds become greatly broadened, okay, with respect to emptiness or suchness. Okay. Hinayanis use only brief reasoning to establish suchness by valid cognition. Okay. And since they do not establish emptiness the way Mayanis do, okay, they do not have a mind broadened with respect to suchness. Therefore, Chandrakīrti speaks of a difference of vastness or abbreviation. Vastness, okay, vastness and abbreviation. Okay, vastness in these terms, in this case, I think, means that applying a lot of reasonings to establish emptiness. Abbreviation and a difference of fully or not fully meditated on selflessness. This difference arises because hearers and soldiers realizes strive to abandon only the afflictive emotions. Okay. Hearers and soldiers realizes strive to abandon only the afflictive emotions, and realizing a mere abbreviation of the meaning of suchness is sufficient for that. Okay, this is very important. Okay, the realizing the mere abbreviation of the meaning of emptiness is sufficient for hearers to fulfill their aspiration. That is liberation from cyclic existence. Okay, the liberation from cyclic existence can be achieved through wisdom realizing emptiness, which is based on brief, I think, reasoning. Okay, brief reasoning for emptiness. Mayanis are intent on abandoning the obstructions to omniscience, and for this, it is necessary to have a very broadened mind of wisdom, opened or developed to suchness. Okay, I think this is all. Now, dispelling objection, I think, not set forth in Chandrakīrti's commentary. Okay, this is the second division. Dispelling objections not set forth in Chandrakīrti's commentary. Okay. So objection on here in this message, objection means objecting to the assertion that Hinayana Sutra and treatises of how to say, Hinayana treatises, I think, or lower vehicle treatises. Okay, and lower vehicle sutras. Okay, lower vehicle, especially here sutra. Okay, lower vehicles. Okay. Dispelling objections. Objection. 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 Okay, dispel objection. What is here? The objection is that objecting to. I think objecting to. Oh, dispelling objection. Objection is this. Objection here is that dispelling the objection. Objection is this. Objecting to, objection for, I think objection for, I think the assertion that lower vehicle sutras teach on emptiness of inherent existence. Okay, lower vehicle sutra teach on selflessness of phenomena. Okay. Yeah. Objection. Objection of, I think, dispelling the objection of assertion. Objection of the, I think objection of assertion, I think. That, how to say, that, that asserts, I think, that asserts lower vehicle sutra teaches on the selflessness of phenomena. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now again. Now material as ornament for the clear realization said. Okay. Okay. It is to be known. Okay. It is to be known that the parts of the rhinoceros like are included completely within abandoning conceptualization of apprehended objects. Of apprehended objects, not abandoning apprehenders. Okay. Okay, there are 4 lines. Okay, 4 lines. 4 lines. Okay. It is to be known that the parts of the rhinoceros. Okay. Rhinoceros, I think, like, are included completely within abandoning conceptualization of apprehended objects, not abandoning apprehenders. Okay. Okay. Thus I think this material says that through the paths of a solitary realizer, one is able to abandon thought adhering to the truth of an object, but not adherence to the truth of a subject. Okay. So here. Okay. Here, okay. This it is to be known that the parts of the rhinoceros-like are included completely within abandoning conceptualization of apprehended objects, not abandoning apprehenders. Okay. Know that Note that the parts of the rhinoceros like are included completely within abandonment of the thought of an object, non-abandonment of subject. Okay, I think, yeah, that means, okay, here the 4 lines are quoted from ornament for the clear realization. Okay, okay, that means it is to be known that the parts of rhinoceros like are means the okay rhinoceros like okay solitary realizer. I think okay solitary realizers are abandoning okay conceptualization of apprehended objects. Okay, but are not abandoning apprehenders. Okay, so here okay this is the literal meaning. Okay, note that the parts of the rhinoceros like are included completely within abandonment of the thought of thought of an object, non-abandonment of a subject. Okay, I think now I think yeah okay that okay these 4 lines or 1 stanza says that solitary realizers okay are abandoning okay adherence to object. Okay, but they are not abandoning adherence to subject or consciousness. Okay, so that is yeah okay so that yeah okay and this is one thing. Then material also says because of withering the afflictions, the obstructions to omniscience, and the 3 parts, there are the purities of learners, the rhinoceri, and conqueror children. Okay. Okay. So these okay. These are So here, the first stanza indicates that rhinoceros like solitary realizers do not abandon. Okay. Do not abandon adherence to consciousness, but they do abandon adherence to object or object. I think. Okay. So that is the and and the third and I think third and fourth line say that that such I think such such character is the I think such character I think such character or such feature would be better. Such feature is included I think things or contained. Okay, such feature is contained. Contained I think contained I think contained by such feature is contained by I think such feature is contained by necessary like solitary realizers. Okay, and the part I think part of solitary realizers. Okay. such feature is contained in, I think, such features is, such features are, yeah, such feature is contains, I think, such feature contains, or such feature contains in the path of solitary realizer would be better. Okay. Thank you, Siruli. Okay. So the main focus, we should, now the main focus should be on the first two line. Okay. First two line is saying that solitary realizers are abandoning adherence to object, but they are not abandoning. They are not abandoning adherence to consciousness. Okay, that's the one thing. And then, and again, because of withering, the afflictions, the obstruction to omniscience, and the three parts, they are the purities. There are three purities. Okay, purities means that cessation. Okay, in this case, cessation. Three different cessations. Okay, the cessation of hearers, superiors, the cessation of solitary realizer, superiors, the cessation in, I think, the cessation in the continuum of hearer superiors, the cessation in the continuum of solitary realizer superiors, the cessation in the continuum of bodhisattva superiors. Okay, so when Maitreya was talking about these three different cessations, he described them in terms of, because of withering, the afflictions, the obstructions to omniscience, and the three parts. There are the purities of learners. Okay, the rhinoceros, and conqueror children. Okay. There are three parts. Okay, three parts. These three parts are antidote. Okay, to these three parts are respectively antidote to afflicted emotion, obstruction to omniscience, and obstruction to omniscience. Okay. So here, okay, obstructions to omniscience. Okay, when obstructions to with regard to the obstructions to omniscience, there are two different obstructions to omniscience here: coarse and subtle. Coarse obstruction to omniscience in this case means, how to say, conception of, I think, conception of different entity, okay, between object and consciousness. Okay, and the subtle would be, subtle obstruction to omniscience is, in this case, I think, conception of true existence. Okay, so the three parts. Okay, there are three purities: learners. Okay, the purities in the continuum of learners, the purity in the continuum of rhinoceros, the purity in the continuum of conqueror children. Okay, so in this case, okay, in this, with this, I think, quotation. Okay. I think this quotation, or this stanza from materials clear realization. Okay. Ornament, ornament for the clear realization. Okay. 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 Rhinoceros and I think okay. Indicates, I think this stanza from the ornament for clear realization, right? Realization indicates, okay, indicates that I think conception of inherent existence is as an obstruction to omniscience, and also conception of different conception of difference of, I think, conception of difference of entities, conception of different entity, I think, between object and its object and its subject consciousness, or yeah, okay, object and consciousness, I think, between the conception of different entity, conception of different entity of object and consciousness. Okay. Can oh yeah, I think, how do you translate? Okay, I think okay, obstruction to omniscience. Okay, in this case, obstructions to omniscience means two things. Okay, coarse one and subtle one. Coarse one is conception of different entity. I think conception that conceive. I think conception that conceive form and I consciousness as different entity. Okay, and also sound and I think air consciousness as different entity. As different entity, I think, as as different entities, I think. Okay, seeing them as different entity, I think. Okay, yeah, okay. How to say? Conception, I mean, conception. Okay, conception which conceive form and I consciousness as different entity, and sound and air consciousness as different entity. Likewise, and then subtle. In this case, I think this this particular passage shows innate notion of inherent existence as an obstruction to as I think subtle obstruction to omniscience. Okay, yeah, okay. So okay, okay. So how do you interpret material saying that adherence to the truth of objects is an obstruction to omniscience? Okay, response: the meaning of solitary realizes abandoning adherence to external objects must be interpreted in one of two ways. Though external objects are established by valid cognition, okay, this is one way. Solitary realizers meditate on the meaning of reasoned refutation, meaning of a reasoned absence of the true existence of external objects, as laid down by the Madhyamikas. They thereby abandon adherence to the truth of external objects. That's one, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. adherence to, abandon adherence to external objects must be interpreted in one of two ways. The first one is, though external objects are established by valid cognition, solitary realizers measured on the meaning of reasoned absence of, absence of the true existence of external objects as laid down by Madhyamikas. They thereby abandon adherence to the truth of external objects. This is one thing. And now the second one is, on the basis of having meditated upon the meaning of reasoned refutation of external objects in accordance with Chidarmatra, on the basis of having meditated upon the meaning of reasoned absence of external objects in accordance with Chidarmatra, solitary realizers abandon the conception that external objects exist. The first interpretation is wrong. In this case, because it is wrong, because if one can posit the general existence of external objects, if one can posit the general existence of external objects, refuting their true existence through a reasoning analyzing suchness, then when he analyzes whether subjects truly exist, he can, based on the force of the former reason, realize that subjects do not truly exist. So here, if one can posit the general existence of external objects, existence of external objects, refuting their true existence through a reasoning, analyzing suchness. Then when he analyzes, whether subjects truly exist, he can, based on the force of the former reasoning, realize the subject do not truly exist. So here, in this case, here, Nehru's ornament for clear realization says that solitary realizers are abandoning adherence to object, but they are not abandoning consciousness. So therefore, if that means they, how to say, if that means if that means they are, if that means they are abandoning, conception of truly existent truly existent, conception of, truly existent. It means, that solitary realizer abandons conception of truly existent object. Then once they realize, once such solitary realizers realize the emptiness of object, it will be very easy, for them to realize the emptiness of subject, the emptiness of consciousness. So therefore, they would be, abandoning in the conception of true existence of subject also. So therefore, I think so therefore it doesn't mean so therefore I think solitary realizers are not meant, I think, to have, I think, to have eliminated the main object of conception of true existence. Okay. So rather, I think so therefore it should be with on the basis of having made it on the meaning of, okay, the second choice would be the right one. Okay, the first interpretation is wrong. Okay, the second interpretation is right here. Okay, I think okay. So here, abandon or not abandon means this: they realize emptiness of true existence. Okay, or whether they realize if they, okay, I mean abandoning. Okay, it means, okay, they are abandoning conception of true existence of object. Then it means that such solitary realizer realizes the emptiness of true existence of object. If that is the case, then such solitary realizer also knows, also I think, also, you know, should also know, I think, should also know the emptiness of true existence of subject. Okay, because I think they have already, okay, they have already known, okay, they have already known, I think, the emptiness of true existence of object. So therefore they can extrapolate, you know, the reason, okay, the reasoning they have used to establish the emptiness of true existence of object to, I think, to the emptiness of true existence of subject. Okay, so therefore they will very easily, I think, and yeah, very easily and also quickly, I think, quickly they are very easily and quickly to be able to, I think, to be able to ascertain, okay, the emptiness of true existence of subject. So therefore, this shouldn't be the meaning. Okay, this shouldn't be the meaning of the stanza. Okay, so on the basis of having, okay, now, okay, there was 400 stanzas, I think, says, okay, he who sees the suchness of one phenomenon sees the suchness of all phenomena. Therefore, okay, it would be impossible to abandon the conception that objects truly exist without forsaking the conception that subjects so exist. Okay. And I think he who sees the suchness of one phenomenon sees the suchness of all phenomena. Okay, it means that I think this is okay. This line, these two lines. Okay, I had there was 400, 200, 400. These two lines from I had there was 400 is used here as a resource, I think, as a source, I think, as a source that if one realizes the emptiness of true existence of object, then he I think he will be able to realize the emptiness of true existence of subject. Okay, through I think through the reasoning. Okay, through previous reasoning. Okay. Okay. So he who sees the suchness of one phenomena sees the suchness of all phenomena. Okay. And it also means that if someone sees this directly, okay, if someone directly perceives the emptiness of one phenomena, he or she directly perceives emptiness of all phenomena. That's the meaning. Okay. So if that is given that okay, this is given I think okay, given that such is I think given that okay, I think so therefore I think if one okay directly perceives the emptiness of one phenomenon, okay, he or she directly perceives emptiness of all phenomena. Okay, so therefore if someone okay ascertains the emptiness of object, then he I think he will be able to ascertain the emptiness of subject. Okay, without relying on separate reasoning. Okay, without relying on separate reasoning, then I think separate reasoning from the previous reasoning. Okay. Without relying on separate reasoning, then the previous reasoning I think would be better. Okay. Without relying on without relying on a separate reasoning, then the previous reasoning. Okay. Now commentaries by masters, commentary by masters such as Haribhadra. Okay. Yogacara Saudandrika Madhyamika. Okay. Haribhadra asserts the meaning of the passage from matter as ornament for clear realizations in accordance with the second interpretation. Okay. Second interpretation. The second interpretation is on the basis of having meditated upon the meaning of a reasoned refutation of external objects in accordance with Chidramatra. Okay. Means refuted. First one refutes I think external objects in accordance with Chidramatra. Okay. Okay, and then based on eliminating the external objects in accordance with Chidramatra, solitary realizers abandon the conception that external object exists. Okay, conception of external object is abandoned. That is the real meaning. Okay. Meaning of the convent for the clear realization in accordance with the second interpretation. For them, valid cognition establishes that external objects do not exist. For them, valid cognition establishes that external object. Yeah, for them. Okay. According to them, valid cognition establishes that external objects do not exist. once this has been established, okay, once non-existence of external object is established, okay, has been established, then anyone, even with dull faculties, would understand that a consciousness apprehending an object is not a different entity from its object, okay. Therefore, Material's statement that solitary realizers do not abandon adherence to the truth of subjects should be understood as the solitary realizers, okay, as the general assertion that mind truly exists, okay, as the solitary realizers general assertion that mind truly exists, okay. Okay. Okay, now once this has been established, means that non-existence of external object has been once established. Once non-existence of external object has been established, then anyone, even with dull faculties, would understand that a consciousness apprehending an object is not a different entity from its object. Oh, these are the same thing, okay? You can just, it's same, just same. There's no any difference. Object is seeing or understanding or ascertaining, in this case, ascertaining form, okay, object form is not different entity from its subject, I consciousness, which it's subject or I consciousness, okay. Okay. Same, here, okay. Here. From valid cognition establishes that external objects do not exist, means that external objects do not exist means non-existence of external object here, okay. For instance, the form, okay. Form as okay. Seeing form as non-external object, okay. So if someone, okay, ascertains form as non-external object, then he at that very moment, okay, he simultaneously, okay, he also ascertains that consciousness which perceives object, consciousness perceiving that object also ascertained as same entity as that object by that person, okay. So just there's no any difference, okay, and there's no any sequential order in terms of I think understanding, in terms of knowing, okay, that there's no external object and that consciousness is as the same entity as its own object, okay. So these two, they are ascertained, they are understood simultaneously, okay. Therefore, Material's statement that solitary realizers do not abandon adherence to the truth of subject should be understood as the solitary realizers, okay, general assertion that mind truly exists, okay. Generally speaking, okay, solitary realizers generally generally solitary realizers assert, I think, assert that consciousness truly exists, I think. Okay. But there's no entailment, okay? There's no entailment. There are solitary realizers, okay, who knows, I think, emptiness of true existence of phenomena, okay. But generally speaking, solitary realizers do not ascertain emptiness of true existence. So this is in accordance with Yogacara Sautantrika Madhyamika. This is not in accordance with Prasangika Madhyamika school system. Okay. So now I'm talking about this in terms of, I think, Yogacara Sautantrika Madhyamika school system. I'm talking about this in the context, okay, in the context of Yogacara Sautantrika Madhyamika school system. Okay. So okay. The second line is the second line from the ornament for clear realization is that solitary realizers are not abandoning adherence to subject. Okay. So solitary realizers are not abandoning adherence to subject means, generally speaking, solitary realizers do assert subject consciousness as truly existent. Okay. So therefore Maitreya. So therefore I think, okay. So that's the meaning of the line quoted from Maitreya's ornament for clear realization. Okay. So in general, as of that, minds truly exist. In no way could they refute one half of subject and object, which are different entities, and conceive of the truth of the other half. Okay. This is Tsong Khapa is objecting to some assertions made by some ancient Tibetan scholars, okay, such as Rigrel. Chomden Rigrel is a scholar. It's here, in no way could they refute one half of subject and object, which are different entities, and conceive of the truth of the other half. I think we can stop here. Okay, I'm going to tell this in detail tomorrow. Now we will work on some of the questions that you may have, I think.
Geshe, is what we're covering right now, does that suggest that generally Maitreya's ornament is written from the Yogacarya Svatantrika perspective, or is he refuting that that's been the way it has been interpreted?
Well, generally speaking, okay, there are many passages, okay, within the within the clear realization, okay, ornament for clear realization. There are many passages which specifically deal with recipients, I think, okay, or recipients, or sentient beings, okay, deal with sentient beings. For them, I think, for them, Yogacarya Madhyamika school system would be more suitable, okay. I think it's like that. If you count, okay, if you analyze the number, okay, number of the, I think, if you analyze, if you, how to say, if you think of, okay, if you think of, how to say, the quantity, I think, if you think of the quantity of the followers of the various followers of the various different Buddhist school systems, okay, you will find, I think, you would find Vaivashika are most, okay, in the past. And then Sautantrika, Sautrantika, and Chitramadins, and then I think Sautantrika Madhyamikas, and then Prasangika Madhyamikas, okay. Prasangika Madhyamikas are fewer, okay. Then Rangiva, then Sautantrika Madhyamikas. Sautantrika Madhyamikas are considered to be fewer than Chitramadins, and then they are also again fewer than Sautrantika, okay, like that, okay, because, and then again, when see within the Buddhists, okay, who are interested and who are very much, how to say, knowledgeable about the content of Buddha's teaching is less, okay. But Buddhists Buddhists, I think, who claim to be Buddhists, but with respect to their knowledge, they do not have, how to say, good amount of, okay, they do not have good amount of knowledge with respect to the content of Buddha's teaching, okay. So like that, okay. So therefore, I think, when Maitreya was teaching the ornament for the clear realization, on many occasions, he taught. He gives, I think, many teachings that are particularly suited to I think, Sautantrika Madhyamikas. Okay, but on some other occasions, okay. But on some other occasions in ornament for clear realization, Maitreya clearly, okay, teaches the emptiness of inherent existence. Also, that I think also that all the, how to say, hero superiors and solitary realizer superiors have achieved, okay, wisdom realizing ultimate nature of reality. Oh yeah, I think, okay. So both of them are okay. Both of them are taught in the in ornament for clear realization. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then is that clear? Okay.
It's very helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
Does anyone need more time to put the wholesome?
So the text is saying that if one sees, pretty much saying that if we see, if the Yogacharans and the solitary realizers see consciousness and the object as one nature, that if they realize the emptiness of the object, they're going to realize the emptiness of the mind. And yet we hear that Chittamatrans claim that the mind is truly existence. There seems to be a big discrepancy, a big division there. How? Because it's saying if one sees the suchness of one thing, they see the suchness of all things, and yet then it says they make this assertion that the one is empty and the other is not. I don't see how that goes together.
Chittamatrans. Okay. Chittamatrans. Okay. Oh yeah. Here. Okay. This particular passage is I think taught in terms of Yogacara Madhyamika school system. Okay. So according to Yogacara Madhyamika school system, okay. If you are able to refute external object, okay, or if you are able, if you eliminate external object through valid reasoning, you can you can know, you can ascertain the emptiness of external object, okay. But that is not sufficient for oneself to ascertain the emptiness of truly existent object. Okay, the emptiness of truly existent object is much subtler than the emptiness of external object. Okay, so therefore, Yogacara Madhyamika school, Yogacara Madhyamikas assert that in the case of solitary realizers, okay, they do posit. In the case of solitary realizers, okay, solitary realizers posit, okay, true existence of phenomena, okay, but they, but I think true existence of object, I mean, true existence of object, and therefore they are not striving to get rid of I think, adherence to true existence of object. Okay, rather they are striving to get rid of innate notion of external object. So this is the distinction, I think.
Would you say that again?
Okay. Yeah. So I think the
Yes,
distinction.
can you say again the last few sentences?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, about what solitary realizers assert.
Yeah. Solitary realizes. Okay. Yeah. In
What they
accordance
realize.
with. Yeah. In accordance with Yogacara Madhyamika school system, solitary realizers assert, I think, assert object, assert that object is truly existent, and therefore they do not strive to abandon, the conception that apprehends, I think, true existence of object. Rather, they are abandoning the conception of external object. So conception of external object and conception that apprehends true existence of object are separate, okay? Separate. Conception apprehending true existence of object is much subtler, okay? Much subtler than conception of external object. Oh yeah, much subtler than, okay. Conception of true existence is much subtler than conception of external object. So therefore, okay. So therefore, solitary realizers, okay, generally speaking, in general, solitary realizers do not strive to get rid of innate notion of inherent existence of object, okay. Even though they are trying to get rid of innate notion of external object. Yeah. So if solitary realizers, okay, if anyone, okay, including solitary realizers, who realizes the emptiness of true existence of object, then it is certain for them to be able to assert, okay, the emptiness of consciousness or emptiness of subject, okay, if they, how to say, apply the previous reasoning that he had used to establish the emptiness of object. So there's no even need of a separate reasoning, okay, to establish the emptiness of consciousness upon having the emptiness of inherent existence, emptiness of true existence of object. Good. Huh? Then we discuss this in great detail, but tomorrow morning, without sleeping.
Thank you so
Doing
much,
some
Geshe.
meditation.
Thank you, Geshe. We'll conclude with the prayers. May the spiritual teachers who lead me on the sacred path and those spiritual friends who practice it have long life. May I pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. Grant such inspiration, I pray. May the lives of the venerable spiritual mentors be stable, and their virtuous actions spread in the 10 directions. May the light of Lopsang's teachings dispelling the darkness of the beings in the 3 worlds always increase. Idam Guru Radha Mandalakam Niriyatayami. Due to this merit, may we soon attain the awakened state of Guru Buddha, that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born arise and grow. May the born have no decline, but increase forevermore. In the snowy mountain pure land, you're the source of good and happiness. Powerful Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezi. May you stay until samsara ends. And for our friends online, there is the opportunity for us to express our gratitude for the teachings which are offered freely. And so you can either go to the Sravasti Abbey website and look for the donate page, or you can send a check to the Abbey, and please, in both cases, indicate the amount that you wish to go to Geshe and to Sravasti Abbey. And we'll see everyone back here at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Thank you, Geshe.